camp. I am super excited to be helping out with community days this summer, so we're getting ready for that this whole week. My friends Izzy and Shannon are sitting right off screen. So when I was thinking about what to do my Vespers on, I had a lot of thoughts. Some of them were better than others, but then Izzy's car had to be towed from Dudley. So if you've never been to Dudley, it's this great cabin we have on camp. It's where the CITs go to learn lifeguarding. It's where Barb lives when she's here. But it is also one of the furthest points you can physically access with a car. The road is one lane in the sense that a car can fit on it, and that is absolutely it, nothing else. But Izzy's car stopped working the other day, and it's a big truck. And so we had James Newcomb come check it out, and there was a squirrel living inside of it, and that's why it didn't work anymore. So it needed to be towed. So this morning, Izzy says to me, just so you know, the tow truck's coming. And I'm like, I know what a tow truck is. It's a truck. I hope it fits. It's very narrow. Then I look down the lane, and a full, like the flatbed one, the one that it pulls the car all the way up onto, is just coming down Dudley Lane. And I said, that's impossible. And so the guy gets out, and he's very nice. And he says, oh, well, I can't get the truck out from there because it's parked at an angle to the road. And I said, well, moving this truck is impossible. But then Izzy said, why don't we push it? And I said, pushing a truck uphill around a corner, not hitting a tree, is impossible. So then we tried to push it, and we got it, I would say, a good foot. And then we hit the uphill section. And I was like, all right, great, got to donate the truck to camp. We'll just push it into the lake, and you can like snorkel to it. But then Shannon said, let's call maintenance. And so James and Aaron, if you know them, dropped what they were doing, hopped in the Kawasaki, and sped down the lane. And so then, with all of their combined strength, we pushed it up over, and we pushed it forward and back a little bit to steer it onto the truck. And then, in the most precarious situation I've ever seen, he hoists it onto the truck. We think it's not going to work for a second. And then he says, okay. And he starts driving away, at which point I think, oh, well, clearly the entire tow truck and truck are going to topple into the lake on their way out. But it is 8 hours later, and Izzy's truck is in fact already repaired and ready to be picked up. I have been thinking a lot recently about things I consider impossible, and there are a lot of them. And my natural state is to say, that's impossible, so it's not worth trying to do it. But I was extremely struck today by how many of the other people in this situation said, this could be impossible, but I want to try one more thing before we give up. And I was like, this is a waste of time. This is a waste of energy. Clearly, this is never going to happen. And then we did it. I think, for those of you who don't know, I'm 24. And I think when you leave college, it feels like everything you are is who you are. And for the people who have been out of college for a while on this call, you know that that is not true at all. But this year, and quarantine specifically, have really showed me that you only stop changing yourself if you choose to stop. So this summer, and hopefully for the rest of my life, but we'll start with this summer, I am choosing to try one more time before I give up on something that I think is impossible. And would you believe that there are quite a few things right now that feel impossible, at least for me. I don't know how everyone else is feeling right now. For example, getting a job when camp is over, beating coronavirus as a society, mm, pursuing my passions to the best of my ability. But to start, I'm just going to try one more thing before I give up. So that's all I have to share with all of you. But as is our new great tradition, let's all take 30 seconds to sit and think about someone. Let's today think about someone who never gave up on us. I will keep the time. All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see some of you soon at a community day. Bye.